We're so glad that those of you that are in the sanctuary are here, and those of you who are joining us online are equally welcome. We're glad that everyone is here. So the first thing that we're going to do is just rise and start with the congregational song, and it's a great message. Thank you for this day. Thank you.
All right, here we go, everybody. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day.
Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day.
This healing, this healing, this healing day.
This healing, this healing, this healing.
Let's put our hands
day.
together. And thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. That's right.
Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day.
This beautiful, this beautiful, this beautiful day.
This beautiful, this beautiful, this beautiful day.
Thank you for my friends, Spirit. Thank you for my friends.
Thank you for my friends, Spirit. Thank you for my friends.
My wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friends.
My wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friends.
And thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day.
Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day.
This beautiful, this beautiful, this beautiful day.
This beautiful, this beautiful, this beautiful day.
And that is a wonderful way to start. I love to begin the day by thank you for this day. I actually end the day in my gratitude journal with thank you for this day because I'm glad to have had it. And so before we begin much more business, I want to invite up Jan Mintz. It's time for the wonderful announcements, and here you go, Jan.
Thank you, Reverend Katherine. She's a busy lady today, let me tell you, because after service, besides doing the service today, she will be doing a workshop at 12:30 called Self-Sufficiency. It's in Richelieu Hall, and a love donation is requested. Reverend Mary Morgan will be teaching a 6-week certificated Science of Mind class called Self-Mastery starting this Thursday, March 27th at 6 p.m. Please check the flyer for more information. You may register at the front desk. Our Labyrinth Walk is back this Wednesday, April 2nd, after the 11 o'clock service in Richelieu Hall. For this week's Inspirational Wednesday service, the speaker will be Reverend Gregory Toole. He'll be back from vacay. And the next teen workshop will be next Sunday, April 6th at 11 a.m. during our service. It's led by practitioner Maureen McKinney. Our third session of the South Bay Soul Seekers series is this Saturday, April 5th at 10 a.m. Adults will learn breath work for beginners by Sacred Roots breath work. Kids will learn self-love through creative dance, which is similar to ecstatic dance, by Beat Root Dance. All adults are welcome. You don't have to be a parent. You don't have to bring a child. Come see what the South Bay has to offer as far as healing modalities. The Men's Spirit Group will be meeting Monday, April 7th in the foyer. And that's an evening meeting, I assume. The Tuesday book group is starting a new book. It's called The Pathway of Roses by Christian D. Larson. Check out the Arts and Crafts Expo, which will be next Sunday in our parking lot, April 6th at 12:30, so after service. Our first Divine Dining is this year is Candy's Tea Party. Welcome to Paris, and it will be on Saturday, April 12th. Check out the flyer at the activity table. Our annual membership meeting will be in 2 weeks, April 13th after service. For a full list of activities, see the weekly e-newsletter, Spirit Speaks magazine, and the activity table. Browse our bookstore for books that nourish the soul and gifts that will warm the heart. And if you would like prayer for something in your life, please come to the front of the sanctuary by the piano over here after service. One of our practitioners will lead a prayer circle. You may also place a prayer request in the prayer box in the lobby. If you're here for the first time, would you please raise your hand so our ushers can bring you a gift bag? Is anybody here for the first time visiting us? It's hard to see up here, but if you keep your hand up, the ushers will bring you a gift bag. And if you're too shy to do that, you can pick one up after service at our new friends table. So there's more information there out in the foyer about our center, about our teaching, and you can also provide your email address so you can be sent our weekly e-newsletter. And thank you for bringing the gift of your presence with us today. We hope to see you every Sunday. And a big thank you to all of our wonderful volunteers. We couldn't do it without you. You guys just rock this world, so thank you so very much.
I would invite you all to close your eyes for a second, turn within, and take a deep breath. Calm anything that's going on in your mind, and just remember for a second who you are and who you always have been. I see your light, I see your beauty, I feel your heart when I see you smile. You are enough, you are worthy, you are loved just as you are. You are loved, and I am loved. Together we are never alone. I am enough, and I am worthy. I am enough, just as I am. I see my light, I see my beauty, I feel my heart whenever I smile. You are loved, I am loved. Together we are never alone.
So as we continue in this moment, I continue with eyes closed with Ernest Holmes' prayer for our country. Believing in the divine destiny of the United States of America and in the preservation of liberty, security, and self-expression, I offer this, my prayer for my country. I know that divine intelligence governs the destiny of the United States of America, directing the thought and the activity of all who guide its affairs. I know that success, prosperity, and happiness are the gifts of freedom and are the divine heritage of everyone in this country. I know that success, prosperity, and happiness are now operating in the affairs of every individual in this country. I know that divine guidance enlightens the collective mind of the people of this country, causing it to know that economic security may come to all without the loss of either personal freedom or individual self-expression. I know that no one can believe or be led to believe that freedom must be surrendered in order to ensure economic security for all. The all-knowing mind of God contains the answer to every problem which confronts this country. I know that every leader in this country is now directed to this all-knowing mind and has the knowledge of a complete solution to every problem. And each is compelled to act upon this knowledge to the end that abundance, security, and peace shall come to all. And I know that this spiritual democracy shall endure, guaranteeing to everyone in this country personal liberty, happiness, and self-expression. And so it is. So knowing that this all-knowing mind governs this country, governs the universe, and governs me, I allow myself to know within myself that not only is God fully in charge, that my mind is tuned to that one mind. Toward the end that I use this service, I use this time, I use the messages, the music, the collective community involvement to support me and my own knowing that all truly is well, and I am completely and elegantly sufficient for all that comes to pass. I allow this to be with such deep gratitude, such knowing and spirit-filled gratitude that I can release and say, and so it is.
Morning. I have a reading for you today. It is from this cool little book called What Religious Science Teaches. It's tiny. It won't take all night. And it's called A New Thought Primer. It means it's got some pretty simple ideas, but ones that are good to read. Now, this one is called A Practical Message. Hold on, I got these. You know. Just lucky, aren't we? Here we go. It says, in its practice and teachings, religious science endeavors to include the whole life. It is not a dreamy, mystical cult, but the exponent of a vigorous gospel, applicable to the everyday needs of our common life. Indeed, this is the one distinctive tenet of its teaching that accounts for its rapid growth. Men and women find in it a message that fits in with their daily needs. The conventional idea of the future life with its teaching of rewards and punishments is not stressed. The gospel is the good news for the here and now. Religion, it says, if it means anything, means right living, and right living and right thinking wait upon no future, but bestow their rewards in this life, in the better health, happier homes, and all that makes for a well-balanced, normal life. The following is a brief statement of principles which religious science regards as true. The universe is fundamentally good. Man is a manifestation of spirit. This is all apparent evil as the result of ignorance. and will disappear to the degree that it is no longer thought about, believed in, or indulged in. God is love, and love can have no desire other than to bless all alike and to express itself through all. Many who have lost faith in God have, in this new manner of thinking, found what their souls have sought. The emphasis is insistently on God, ever present, ever available, and on our ability to make ourselves receptive to the inflow of the divine Spirit. In essence, this was the primal message of the enlightened prophets of all the ages, and this is the message of religious science. So, please repeat after me. The universe is fundamentally good. Man is a manifestation of spirit. This one is 4, so take a little time here. Okay, God is love, and love can have no desire other than to bless all alike and to express itself through all. Oh, you did very good, and so it is.
Strong enough to bear the burdens that sometimes come living this thing called life? Am I wise enough to make the right decisions when I'm standing at the fork in the road? Sometimes I wonder and ponder, only to realize I'm not alone, and there's nothing I can have to do on my own, 'cause I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has his being. I am the place where God shows up. I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has his being. I am the place where God shows up. Will I have enough to do the things I need to do to take care of myself? Will I have the health of mind and body to live a life of grace and wholeness? Sometimes I wonder and ponder, only to realize I'm not alone, and there's nothing I have to do on my own, 'cause I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has his being. I am the place where God shows up. I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has his being. I am the place where God shows up. I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has his being. I am the place where God shows up. I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has his being. I am the place where God shows up. I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has his being. I am the place where God shows up. Oh, yes, I am. I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has his being. I am the place where God shows up.
Thank you all, everyone. I'm so grateful for Laura and for Carlin showing up, and of course, John Louis, our favorite bass player. Thank you so much. I did ask Elise if she would present that song to you today, because it's so supportive of the message that I am talking about today. It's incredibly supportive. And I'm grateful for the additional voices to help sing that. I am the place where God shows up today. I first heard that at a convention. I think it was in Denver. It was this huge arena, and Eddie Watkins Jr. is the composer of this song, and he was singing that song with the band that goes with all of that, and just all showing up. I felt like the whole arena was showing up. It was a wonderful feeling, and I wanted to have that to share. I am knowing that there is a wonderful place where everything comes together for every one of us, just as it has so far in this service. Patty's message that she was giving is supportive of the fact that God is you and I, and we are here to be the instruments of all that is going on. I read this morning, and I'm thinking it is such a wonderful thing. The power, this is Ernest Holmes, the power within me is blessing all humankind and is forever healing all whom it comes in contact. And that is what we're talking about. That each of us is that vessel, is that place. Another way of saying that is very familiar to me, and it's from Emma Curtis Hopkins. Rise up, my soul, and heal the sick wherever I walk. The choir sang that song just a couple of Fridays ago. It is a powerful message. And what Ernest Holmes is saying, and what Emma Curtis Hopkins was saying, is that each of us has that capacity to carry that soul message with us, and not just for ourselves, but for everyone. In the month of March, Reverend Gregory has been talking about the overall theme of unity. And in the first week, he talked about the shadow. And the shadow, it's an unconscious thing, but it's represented by that part of us that acts up for us, that finds fault with other people, because unconsciously we may be mirroring something within ourselves. It's our shadow. And as soon as we discover it, it's no longer a shadow, and it's able to come into the light, and we can handle that to the degree that we are putting that forth, that effort. He also talked about the other things that get in the way, speaking of the other, because that is what he was talking about, the other and the enemies. Then the next 3 Sundays, we talked about that, and there was resistance in the room on many of those Sundays to the notion that all of us are created with that divine within us equally. That everyone I speak to, everyone I see, everyone I listen to is exactly the same as I am, in the sense that we have that core unity. We are all equally part of the divine. And yet, as we know that, things seem to get in the way. My soul can move through the world healing the sick. That is what Emma said, and that's what Ernest Holmes says, that our awareness of that is a blessing in the life of all that we meet. But having that awareness and taking that in this human life, we get in the way. And that's what I am talking about today. We all have and can grow into more of a sufficiency of everything that we need, want, aspire to, in order to have that successful life. And I guess what has occurred to me, And well, let me just say, I wrote earlier in the week in a prayer that I was writing, I wrote that every leaf and flower on a bush or a tree is different from all the other leaves and flowers on the bush or the tree. And that's a true thing. And as soon as I composed that, I realized that my head went up and my mind just flew off to this idea. It's a creative idea of a lesson in youth church. I imagined that the leader brings in a bag of leaves that they have pulled from a bush, maybe just that morning, and spread those leaves out on a table and give all of the children their little magnifying glasses and telling them to go to it. Look at the leaves. And there may be some guidance along the way and what to look for. My imagination didn't write the script, but I could see it happening, and that what unfolded following that was this circle that they get in for the lesson part of this. And you see this coming, right? As it does. Every one of those leaves is like every one of us. We're all different. And yet, that beautiful tree and the leader has a beautiful photograph of the bush or tree. See how beautifully they all live together, work together to produce the beautiful bush. So can we all. Now, the part that I really like about this, and I think that is the reason that my imagination went that way, is because I think it's wonderful that we have the opportunity in our youth church and with our teen program to teach when those minds are more open to all of those ideas. And believe me, things that you learn when you're in your single-digit age, you remember maybe forever. I can remember the first telephone number we had. I've probably had 10 or 15 phone numbers since then, and I don't remember any of them really. But I remember that one. That is when our minds are more malleable. We haven't been filled with all of these things, and yet by the time we get to wherever we are now as adults, lots of things have come in, and they look like the other. And make no mistake, the fact that there is the other has been carefully curated in the millennia of time we've been gathering together. Whenever some primitive people, perhaps, the leaders decided to go to war with the adjoining somebodies, in order to get the people that you're arming and that you're putting out there, in order to get them to go and slay all the others, you have to turn the others into the enemy. And they become the other. And even in modern times, that's exactly what we've done. We've turned the other into the enemy, even comparing them to vermin and to monsters, in order to convince us that there is the other and that we need to protect that, and they're not deserving of the love of God. And that simply isn't true. And so what we have to do is arm ourselves, and for me, it is a practice that has to happen every day. This is the day that God made, and I rejoice and I am glad in it. I have to begin that every day, and I invite everyone to join in a practice. Reverend Gregory is asking and reminding the 1-minute meditation in the morning and another 1-minute prayer treatment for your day. And all of us can spare a minute here and a minute there, no matter how busy we are. And that is what we do. We get busy and we fill our lives with things. Sometimes there are things that just get in the way of what we really want to do. But I believe the notion that we are here for each other is an idea that we want to promote. It's a community idea. But it also begins as mental first. There are many ways in which I am inspired by those who have gone before me to do all of the things that we're talking about. I read what they do. We tell stories about what they do. And we allow ourselves to get enmeshed in the goodness that really is everywhere. There's only so much you want to partake of the iteration of what is out there about who the other is. And believe me, this is not a sides thing. No matter what side you are on, you are listening to it because it's everywhere. The notion that we have to demonize someone in order to promote our own ideas it's pretty rampant. It's pretty common. It is there. And the truth of the matter is that we are born in love because God is love. If God is anything, it's love. Troward taught us that the way to move through things is to create that which we want to be and to bring that just as God created form. First, we have this selection that we decide, and then we have the initiative for the energy that we put behind the selection. But the motive is that life is everlasting and that it's ongoing, that it's increasing, and we are here to enjoy the life of God. I believe in that sincerely. I have several reminders around my house, remembering a lot of things that are true for me. One of them is a magnet that is on my refrigerator. And I see Brenda sitting there. It's Brenda's mother's memorial where I got this magnet. And it says, her mother's name was Gussie, and it says that this is from her second grade speech. I also happen to know it's the words of someone that my husband likes to read. His name is Edgar Casey. And this is what it says. There is so much good in the worst of us, and there's so much bad in the best of us, so it doesn't behoove any of us to talk about the rest of us. So as we find ourselves joining in conversations that really aren't good for us, even if we happen to agree, even if it happens to be part of our journey that we do agree with that and we don't like this. Do we all have things we don't like? Let me raise as many hands as I have. We all have things we don't like. But there is a big difference in knowing, as Ernest Holmes writes in the prayer, that there is good, there is goodness, and this country was built on that idea, that is what prevails. And we do also understand that the more we talk trash about anything, the more trash we have. And there's no need for it. It just piles up in our own consciousness. I believe that there is a flow of good that's moving through us constantly, unless we just block it, turn away from it. And when we start talking trash about anything, we're not welcoming good. We're not welcoming good at all. So let us limit what we do. Now, Dr. Moira is sitting here, and one of the things that she said many times, if you remember, is, we need to get it right 51% of the time, more than half. So let's not look at the ways that we may not do that. Let's just self-correct and do that. In the workshop this afternoon, I hope for us to look at ways in which we can do that and the way that we can think about that, because this is an idea that's incredibly important to me. When I asked for this song, "This is the place that God shows up," I remembered the song from that experience I shared earlier, But I also know those of you who read Science of Mind magazine well, or regularly, may know that in the month of March, Reverend Dr. Margaret Storrs has been providing the lessons and the affirmations. And if you have, then you know that every one of her affirmations this month begins something like, I am the place to stand in the world where God shows up as me. I personally have translated that to I am the place that God shows up as me. And that is true no matter where I am. It's true at the grocery store. It's true taking out the trash. It's true here. But whatever I am God expressing, and the fact that my leaf is different from everyone else's means that it may be slight variation, but I go on that bush with joy. I join in humanity making this magnificent bush, this magnificent flower, this magnificent tree, and I'm part of that success. I'm part of it as I contribute to the whole. And so, in closing, I would like to share this wonderful idea. I'd love for you to say for yourself, I am the place. God shows up, as me. I am the place. God shows up, as me. So all together then, I am the place God shows up as me. And so it is. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you all. I love you all very much. And now we've got the wonderful Elise and the ladies one more time.
Who are you?
Child of life,
What are you?
daily expression of that life.
When is the time?
Right now, the forever will be
Where?
inside of me,
How?
standing as
One. Standing as one. When I accept that I am a child of life,
we will stand as one for humanity.
when you accept that you are an expression of that life,
We will stand as one for humanity.
when we accept that where is no has been, forever will be.
We will stand as one for humanity.
When you accept that where is happening right now inside of you,
We will stand as one for humanity.
when you accept yourself as you are, you will be the change. You are the change. Let us be the change. We're standing as one. We're standing as one. So who are you?
Child of life,
What are you?
daily expression of that life.
When is the time?
Right now, forever will be
Where?
inside of me,
How? accept that you are an expression of that life.
We will stand as one for humanity.
When we accept that when is how it has been, forever will be.
We will stand as one for humanity.
When you accept that where is happening right now inside of you,
We will stand as one for humanity.
when you accept yourself as you are, we will be the change, for you are the change. Let us be the change, 'cause we're standing as one. We're standing as one. We are standing as one. We're standing as one. Thank you, everybody.
And right on their song, they even ended as one. Oh, whoa, that was wonderful. So the ushers are coming forward with the plates. This is the time that we give our offering. And we offer a lot of ways in which you can give. And I don't know how many of you have tried from wherever you're sitting to do the scan to give. I have. It's really quite easy. And so I was mentioning on Wednesday that I've done it, even though I give online most of the time because it's faster and then I remember easier. But I did this one Sunday, standing in the back, took my picture with my phone. The first time you do it, I think there's an extra step, but beyond that, it's boom, boom, boom. And so it is. And so you also can go online and donate this way, and you can also text to give. That's something that's quite popular in many venues, and you can do that here. So you're invited to do that. But however you give, and I know that you all are giving something of yourself, the fact that you're here. I invite you to affirm as we put our hands to our heart. I'm wearing two today, so put our hands near our heart where the love and the giving comes from as we say together, divine love consecrates my gift. It goes forth to heal, to bless, and to prosper all those who give and all those who receive. I rejoice in the sharing of my good, and I release my gift with love. And so it is. And so it is.
Grateful for the morning. I'm grateful for the sunlight on my face. Grateful for the feeling. Grateful for the knowing. Grateful for the love that's in this place. Grateful for believing that God is all there is. That God is all there is. Grateful for the morning. Grateful for the sunlight on my face. Grateful for the feeling. Grateful for the knowing. I'm grateful for the love that's in this place. Grateful for believing that God is all there is. That God is all there is. God is all there is.
Before I invite up the ministers, I want to say something I think about every Sunday when we sing that God is all there is. And I'm seeing the grandma back there in the back. But when that grandchild was very young, she was in youth church, and she came toddling in one day out there in the foyer and said, God is all there is. So I'm giving a lot of testaments to youth church today and how powerful it is in the lives of those that we love and for the future of the country and the world. So I would like to invite up the ministers, the practitioners to come as we come together we do the peace song. And so you're invited to be here, and keep knowing that if you choose to have a prayer right here at the piano, there'll be a practitioner ready to serve with you. And know that anyone that's wearing these stoles will be happy to serve you and to be a practitioner for you today. So let us rise and join our hands together as we sing the peace song.